I feel like I was working my way to it because I would pay attention to like the work ethic of a Steve Carell or Seth Rogen or somebody, just like notice they got the biggest, nicest trailers, but they never get to be in them because they always on set. So I knew what it took, and I always could, I could feel this coming. Like we have been pitching this idea for a while because it is, my real life, even though it's not the real life stories, but it is, loosely based. So we have been pitching that when I first came into LA, and then it subsided because, things like The Office or whatever, and then the opportunity came back around. So yeah.
How much did your sort of comedy background help you as a substitute music teacher in your real life? Did that sort of ground you with the kids? And
somewhat. There was one class that had this. They were very, let's put it like this. All day they had their teacher and they had a security guard in the room with them, right? Until they got to music, then they just let them loose on me. And it was like, so I had to figure out how to get them. So there were times where we would, I remember getting their attention one time because we started playing the dozens and like going out and from there led to a few minutes of music. But, once I figured out, okay, we can just kind of battle, I get their attention.
They always do that with the arts. They're like, okay, you don't need to pay attention in here. Just go ahead, run free. And art teachers and music teachers are like, what am I going to do here?
Yeah, well, it's completely unfair. But, I figured a way out around it.
Did you have kids, were they possibly your toughest audience sometimes as a comedian? Because you'd think that, like, comedy will calm them down. Like, you're not funny.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a natural... They saw me as, some of them saw me as enemies. I mean, a lot of them, most of them, it was great. It was a lot of love. Some of them, saw you as the enemy. I think the 7th graders were the toughest because they were going into 8th grade and they were just, 8th graders like, I just want to graduate. 7th graders like, get into that, just feisty. So, and then I think
they're angry. 7th graders are angry.
Angry, and then 3rd going into 4th grade. There's an interesting, like you got to catch them in 2nd, 3rd grade. Because you can see some switch, go to the dark side. So it was weird.
What do you do as a teacher when you see a kid that you feel like has switched to the dark side? Do you try to pull them back, or do you just sort of try to make sure that they don't affect everybody else?
You just try to, remind them, hey, you were nice before. But yeah, you you don't...
One time you were born and you were nice for like a couple minutes there.
Yeah, yeah, you always try to, and keep the respect and keep it nice and just do the job. But it's some of them, I don't know, it was tough. I'm glad I'm not teaching anymore.
Let's relive the nightmare right now, Craig.
No, teaching was cool. Some of them still reach out on Facebook or Twitter or what have you, and say you inspire me and you keep inspiring. So that's really cool to get those messages. And teaching on the TV show is a lot different than teaching in real life. Because, like, you tell the kids, hey, settle down on the TV show, and they settle down. Because
you run the show.
Well, because they're getting paid.